hello, yay, hello, hello. I'm drinking a glass of wine because I'm celebrating. I emailed the chief executive of the DVSA a couple of days ago, not expecting anything to happen. Not DVSA, DVLA, not expecting anything to happen. But within 2 hours, one of her people had emailed me back asking for some extra details so we could check up on it. And he has. And 2 days later, I got an email this morning saying they need to know some more stuff about my condition from the doctor because I was in an induced coma. It's an interesting fact, actually. It turns out that because I was found unconscious, that's the reason the license was revoked medically, because they don't know whether it was a blackout or something like that. And then I was in induced coma for 3 weeks, and they don't know whether that's caused any. Well, it hasn't. The doctors will tell them that. So I'm going to chase them up on Monday. But they've given me my car license back. Yay! Yay! You can't believe how well. Actually, you probably can. Relieved. That's made me like. Oh God, it's made me rather happy. Because life can start resuming again. I can go and find jobs, work, because I'm not going to rely on buses. Like I was looking at jobs for Tesco. They do have night staff, but the buses just wouldn't allow it. So basically, I can drive now. I can drive a car. I drove earlier for the first time. You'll see a little clip for the first time since I nearly died. And I'll show you a little clip shortly. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I was going to drive. I've got all these plans that I've been planning over the past few months to do with the website and everything else, and where I'm going to go from here. Because I want to. The idea is, in the long run, well, not long run now, I'm going to set lorrydriver.com up as a company because I want to have it as an umbrella with several things. I can start getting on with becoming a driver CPC trainer because I'll be able to drive. I can start getting on with becoming an external transport manager because I can drive a car and I can go places. I'm going to buy a printer and a vinyl cutter and start making merchandise. I know it's not necessarily a cheap way of doing it, but I really love making stuff. Like that's the idea of. I know people online will do it for you. To start with, stickers and maybe some t-shirts and stuff, because you can get a vinyl cutter quite cheap. More wine. So that's the plan in the long run. But first of all, I have to try and find the money for a car. I'm going to do membership online, so you can do like a monthly thing. You don't have to. Nothing you have now for free will be paid for. And the problem is, the reason I couldn't do a lot of this stuff before is because it needed money from people. But this time it will be 4 things. But I didn't want to keep asking people for money when the donations were basically just keeping me afloat with my head above water and filling out my fridge. But now, in the long run, I'll talk about this more over the weekend. I'll do another video. In the long run, the idea is I'm going to carry on asking for donations, but for charity. And it would be donation-wise, it would be 100% charity. Plus, I'll do a percentage of like the membership and stuff. The first year is going to be for the Wales Air Ambulance. But then, after a year, I was thinking what we'll do is people can suggest it online and we'll do a vote and then do like democratically choose the next charity that we will support for a year. Yeah. Plus, then I'll also donate a percentage from all the merchandise to charity and stuff. So I will keep on asking for money, but it won't be for me, basically. And I'll give a percentage of my earnings across to it as well. I'm looking into the idea of people being able to invest in, like, if I set up lorrydriver.com as a company, having part of it owned by people who invest in it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to look into that. It's going to be quite complicated, but So yeah, a big chunk of it will be for people who, like all of you, who've supported me so much. And if it's successful, which hopefully it will be, we can all share in the success of it. So so yeah, that's in the process. But I'm going to have another video over the weekend where I talk more in detail about things. Today I'm just going to drink wine and pissing Bertie. If you do, that'll be the last thing you ever do, you bastard. Get me out of here. So yeah, there we go. My aim, I think it'll be much quicker, but my aim is to get off universal credit within 4 weeks. Well, that was it. A few people have commented on my pages and comment about, well, why don't you get a job driving a taxi or a van or something? There seems to be a few people online who seem to think that I consider like I'm some sort of snob that considers myself like I'm not going to go lower myself to drive anything less than an Arctic. Like, I'm the last person to be like that. I'll drive a fucking moped if it works. So yeah, I've started looking for jobs already, driving jobs like Tesco deliveries and stuff like that, like in the van. So yeah, so taxi, I'd happily do taxi work too. So the possibilities are now endless. I'm really bloody happy again, and yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because the tunnel was starting to look like it had collapsed in the middle. So anyway, watch now a little bit of me driving for the first time in 18 months. For the first time since I nearly passed away. So, let's go to the van. What side am I getting in, I wonder? Look at that. This side. Right. This is my father.
Oh no, don't put me on it.
How good's the view? I don't want it like half a star.
You can see your face.
What about the rest? Put it over there.
So get that view.
So it's the best, isn't it? Ooh, cobwebs on that. So, we use this gear twiddle. I'd put the handbrake off, but Father never uses handbrake. Oh, you do? You never used to? The brake signal. Or seatbelt, in case I crash. Right. Oh my god. Oh my god, Granny already. Whee!